He's got it over the middle. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Out of the gun, Simeon. That's caught at the 2. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. Shreds the tackle. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They got to find a way. To get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Throwing on first down is Carr. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. Airing one deep for Crabtree. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
They come out here in the eye. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic. So anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll need to get the play off quickly. On 1st down, Murray. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, we're into the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Now Carr throwing on second down. It's caught by Clive Walford. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now Carr going to give it to Murray on the draw play. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
On second down, here's Carr. Looking deep for Crabtree. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. One receiver to the left is Cooper. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And it is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Shift together here from the D-line. Now Simeon. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And this offensive unit, they have to face a 3rd down and 12 now. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing on third down, Simeon. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle, and the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll put two receivers left, two to the right. Now on first down, trying to lay one up deep and unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Throwing on first down is Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Crabtree the target on that one, and that'll bring up second down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. It'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Fresh set of downs here. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Carr now on first down. Looking deep for his tight end, Walford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Patriot, Darrelle Revis. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They come out here in the eye. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not much room there, so get it up only to about the 21. So we've reached halftime here in a low-scoring affair. 6-0 is our score. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Corey Coleman, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get the top speed and complete that play.
So they're going to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. That was second down run for Murray. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches. Going to try and throw on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Partner, a lot of people think the tight end's a safety valve position, but I think in situations like this, he's often a primary receiver, and they missed an opportunity there.
Yeah, missed an opportunity indeed to pick up the first. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down.
All right, here we go. Wide and yay.
They're going to run it with Murray. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Bulldozes past him. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come out here in the eye. Simeon Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. On first down, Simeon. That is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dez Bryant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6.
One decision can do it in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Here we go. Wide and Yates. Wide, baby. Alert. Alert.
On first down, Carr. And it's incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And now it's 2nd down.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They start on the ground with Elliott. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. On 2nd down, here's Simeon. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right.
right, here we go.
Throwing on third down, Simeon. He completes it to Bryant. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Start right there. Here we go.
On 2nd and 10, Simeon. Bryant with a catch right side. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the gun on 3rd, Simeon. He's got time. He finds Coleman.
14. I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. From the red zone now, Simeon. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dez Bryant, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point try by Bailey. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. So the D-line's going to spread out. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. And now here is another interception. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden with it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 1st and 10, Simeon. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
That's complete right around the 8. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Cole Beasley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Bailey now for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Time running out here on the play clock. They go back to the air here after the INT. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. They come out here in the eye. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion.
Single. Here we go. Red 18. We're going to rally. Rally. Zebra. Oh, baby. Alert. Hey, we're going to rally. Rally.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Oakland. Play clock winding down. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Shift together here from the D-line. On second down, Elliott. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. An entire crew of Raiders, an entourage there to make the tackle.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They come out here in the eye. The give is to Elliott. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. A host of Raiders in on the tackle.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
To throw is Simeon. And this is going to be incomplete. So pass interference on the defense. And Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups. And defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Carrying one deep for Crabtree. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. He finds Crabtree for the completion. He's at the 40, the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Crabtree, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And they will line up now for the two-point try.
We ready? Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8.
Now they'll run. Murray. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for two is snuffed out. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. First down throw, Simeon. He's going to float this one deep right side. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So out come the Raiders. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
We ready? Red 18. Red 18. Hey.
They go play action here on first down. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
We ready? Wide at the 8. Zebra. 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 All right, here we go. Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8.
On second down, here's Carr. And this one's incomplete. Crabtree, the intended receiver, and it's third down. One receiver to the left is Cooper.
Here we go. Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8. Zebra. Zebra.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Finding time. Looking deep for Crabtree. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Crabtree, once again, the intended target. And it's fourth down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And Beasley with it over the middle. Touchdown, Cowboys! Cole Beasley with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys add on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This
But
one of our
she's
guys.
singing, too.
Oh, she's at least...
She's on like the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Hey, we're gonna rally.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Jarrell Freeman from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at...
He's got a man, complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Pass interference call. Charles, you were a defender. You know how hard it is to defend the pass without committing this penalty.
And if they would let them play with a little bit more contact to give the defender a better chance, we wouldn't have nearly as many flags.
One receiver to the left is Cooper. On 1st down, Carr surveying the field, throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Brandon LaFell, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden with it. And out now come the Cowboys. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They come up in an offset eye. They'll run it here. This is James White. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Strong left. Strong left. Strong left.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. And he goes in motion here in the backfield.
94 is the mic. 94 is the mic.
Here's Simeon. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now White, and some room to work. And he's into the clear. The 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. James White, 84 yards. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Shift together here from the D-line.
We ready? Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8. 95, Mike. Watch 95. Check. Hello, baby. Alert.
The play clock's running down.
Alert. Go.
Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back? Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's the option going right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a loss of 14 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
It's hard to stay mad at a player who fights for yardage, even if it's not successful. But on this play, I'm just looking at what the defense did. We always talk about gang tackling and getting more people to the football. How about the job they did there, the discipline they had? No matter how hard he fought, more and more people showed up and helped create that big loss of yardage there. That's the kind of play that the defense gets excited about.
He was trying to force it in there to Crabtree that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Looking deep for his tight end, Walford. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Carr, got to have this one. He's going to go up top again. And now here is another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. 4th quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
Be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run.
All right, here we go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Simeon. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throw on second down. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. So a pass interference here, and this is obviously a call we see all the time, but for the defender, it's becoming almost impossible to play defense in some of these situations.
You're trying to play through the receiver to the football. If there's any contact at all before he gets there, those officials will throw the flag and call interference.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Throwing on first down is Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Murray fighting, lost the football. And I think the offense got it back. Yes, they did. At the 2-yard line is where they'll have it. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. One final try now for Carr. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cowboys, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.